Hey guys, welcome to another Vlogmas video. It's me, Mona Lisa here. I am going to be doing a sit down, which is actually a part 2. It's a continuation of the Thanksgiving vlog that I posted because something very crazy happened on that flight back home. Okay, so I am one of those people who is like so scared of flying. I hate having horrible experiences with flying because it makes me more scared to fly next time. But I have family that's out of town, so it is what it is. I suffer graciously. But if there's somewhere I can go by driving, I will do that. So I don't need no drama when we're flying, okay? I don't need any drama when we're flying. I just want it to be a smooth sailing flight. So on our way to go visit family in Texas, we had an easy flight. No problems, no issues. I was asleep the first leg of the flight, and then the second leg, I started watching Dumbledore's Secrets, which is like Fantastic Beasts 3, I think, right? Fantastic Beasts 3. And it was so good. Okay, I need to actually watch it. I don't know how I didn't get to watch it in theaters. It was one of those must watch for me annually. I didn't watch it and I regret it. I started watching it, but it was a very short flight. It was only 30 minutes. So that means that I actually couldn't finish that movie. On my flight back, I was so excited. I was like, first things first, I'm gonna hop in the plane and I'm gonna watch it. First flight didn't have Wi-Fi. Second flight had Wi-Fi. It wasn't working, which anxiety starts going up. My anxiety started going up and I had to find something to do instead. So I switched over to reading a book. It worked. Okay, I was reading a novel. I enjoyed it. I was in my novel 100%, but there was turbulence, which was already like uncomfortable. So we are about an hour down and we have 1 hour to go. That's me, guys. When I'm on the plane, I am literally that person who is counting down to say, how much time have we been flying? How much do we have to go? How long did that takeoff take? How many minutes till we start a descent? And I hate takeoff even more than I hate landing. If there's turbulence when we're going up, I start thinking we're coming down. I am not one of those who believes that, oh, fine, everything's fine. No, I'm not. And I don't like significant turbulence. So I don't like that feeling of like up and down, that rocking motion. I don't mind the, rough tumble, but the rocking motion, no, not for me, okay? So none of that was going on. It was just like simple, regular turbulence, a little bit of shaking. Felt like I'm on a chicken bus. If you know, you know. It feels like you're on gravel road or whatever. So wasn't too bad. I'm just ignoring everything. I'm sinking myself into my book as much as I can, focused on my book. Okay? Suddenly, I hear somebody in the back going, no, stop, restraints. So the flight attendant is calling for restraints. They're looking for restraints. A few people hop up, jump onto this person. It seems like 3, 4, 5 people are holding this person down, pinning this person down. And there's this one just big, 6 foot, more than 200 pounds, just jumps up. Because I was like, who even knows where the restraints are? But this guy knew. He was taking instructions. He was moving. Turns out he was EMT. Okay, he's moving up there. He's going there. He's like, there are no restraints here. She calls out to the other flight attendant, I need restraints. So this point, this flight attendant is yelling, I need restraints. And then she finally picks up the mic because now everybody else is there helping her hold down this person who's being held down. And she says, I need restraints. So the other flight attendant hops in. Oh, this candle smells good. Okay, she comes through with the restraints, just a small little bag with like zip ties, basically. Comes with it and gives it to these guys. And the big guy, like he's just handling it, everything. All I can see from my angle is short hair, dark skin, and a green t-shirt. So I'm like, oh my god, it's this man, blah 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 blah, because I'm sitting next to this one lady who is freaking out. Me and her are freaking out for different reasons. I'm sitting next to this lovely lady, endocrinologist. She's freaking out because she has her son there with her. He's in the window seat. He's got earphones in. He's watching whatever he's watching. She's like, oh my god, are we gonna stop? Because my son is autistic and I gave him his meds, like we've scheduled his meds to coincide with flying so that he's not overstimulated. And so we need to stick to schedule, basically. And this little boy is so cute, so sweet, just doing whatever he's doing. And he's a little bit curious, but most of the time he's just watching whatever is going on. There's a lady in front of me. She's a medical doctor. She is literally turned on her seat, like she's on her knees on her seat looking. Like she's just obviously wanting to see what's going on. And she's the one who's reporting it to us, like, oh yeah, no, they've got restraints. It seems like something. So everybody started asking, is it medical? Is it medical? Because the lady I'm sitting next to is an endocrinologist. She's a doctor. And the lady who's nosy lady is also a doctor. So they're all wondering if they needed to step in, you know, these doctors. And thank God there were so many doctors on the flight, but I'm just kind of like, oh my God, doctors, hold it, okay? But basically, she's the one who's like spilling all the tea. They're holding the person down. They're this. So I'm going, oh, I think it's a man. My husband, like, I'm just peeking because me and my husband are not sitting together. So I'm peeking back at him, like, you know, and he's also like, basically, no one really saw what happened, right? So guess what? The pilot's like, right, ladies and gentlemen. The pilot says, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be having an emergency landing in Little Rock with a little situation going on back there and everything. And there's literally, like, I'm now seeing one guy with his knee on the back of this person, like on their lower back, like not lower back, but on their actual back, not somewhere where they'll be suffocating them or anything. And they're just restraining them. They tied their hands and I think they tied their legs. And the person just stopped fighting. Okay, so now we're all trying to figure out what's going on here, and we land. So, okay guys, this is a trip where I already had two takeoffs and 2 landings. And I automatically, as we're landing, I'm like, now we have 3. Because that's what I count. I'll be counting the takeoff and the landing. I'm not knowing what's going on. I'm just bothered about the fact that we're having to stop. And they're like, we're going to have an emergency landing in Little Rock, Arkansas. Guys, we haven't even moved that far. You can't tell me, and I think we might have even done a little U-turn, but you can't tell me we just left Texas and we're in Arkansas, you know? We're trying to get there, further into the Midwest, and we're still down south, basically. So it was kind of like, oh my God, really? But then we land, and they're like, you know, as soon as we get down, the police are going to be there. They're going to take care of the situation and everything. So now everybody's like, yeah, we thought it was a medical emergency, but the police are gonna meet us on the tarmac. What was going on? So we still don't know what's going on, and I'm just like, as I said, scared. So I'm focused on what I'm doing. Eventually, the police come on to, we land. The landing was so aggressive, like it felt like we were nose diving down. We circled a little bit, you know, you could tell that we're kind of stalling and just killing time. And then once a gate was available for us, nose dived right into Arkansas, right on into Little Rock. And then as soon as we landed, the police came up. So I am busy also texting the person who's supposed to pick us up at the airport, like, hey, listen, we've been delayed. I'll let you know our ETA proper when we're taking off. And I am scared that it's going to be one of those like horrible, they spent 5 hours on the flight waiting, you know, I'm just kind of like doomsday conspiring. Fortunately, because I'm a clever girl, I had carried, fortunately, I had bought my Chick-fil-A and carried it down to the plane with me. So I ate a little snack because I'm one of those people who gets hungry. Like, flying always takes way longer than anyone ever assumed. But anyway, back to what I was saying. All right, so we land and then the police come up and then finally we get to see who it was and she's being walked out. So as the police are like apprehending this person, I turn around, I see somebody recording. Guys, I didn't think about recording. I also felt like I didn't know the circumstance And since rumor was already going there, they were banging their head against the wall. I just thought, you know what, this person might be a mental health case. And then surely enough, when they were leaving, they were barefoot, their hair was, or they looked unkempt, and they were kind of like speaking in tongues, like babbling. And I was like, okay, this definitely looks like a mental health crisis. Like, it looks exactly like that. So they were walking down, and turns out it was a lady. It was a lady. It wasn't a man. And she walked out. The police escorted her out and everything. And then the flight attendant who had stopped her was this lovely, relatively elderly woman, really short, petite woman, and she had a crook in her neck. So you could tell that whatever altercation she had with the lady hurt her physically. So we wait a little bit, and then the police come in and they take statements. So we were thinking, it's done. Finished, we can go. No, we can't go. The police come, they take statements. The police come, they talk to people. They have the main witnesses. The main witnesses are being sent up to the they're being sent up to the front, to the pilot, and they're kind of doing their little interviews there. And then they also take some time to take statements from everybody, because this is PD doing work for the feds. So they're basically like, do you want to give a statement? Do you want to give a statement? Do you want to give a statement? Let's go home, guys. It's okay. We don't need statements like that. But, there are always those who want to talk. There's this one lady who literally is like, I saw this. Of course, I couldn't see much. The lady was... So I was closer to the back of the plane, and this lady was in front of me. That means she saw nothing. If I didn't see anything, she saw absolutely nothing. She's like, I didn't see anything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just kind of like, ma'am, why are you trying to carry it in this situation? And then they asked a few more people, and a few more people gave their statements and everything. It was good. And that police officer was so kind and polite. They even brought on like a couple more because they thought they were going to have to take a lot of statements. But a lot of people were kind of just honest to say we couldn't see, because once the other passengers came to like hold this person down, your view was blocked and we couldn't see at that. Oh, the other thing I'll say is that at that time the seatbelt sign was on, so nobody was really getting up to see what was going on. Okay, so done, right? Good, great. The statements are done. We can leave now. No, we can't leave. Guess what? They are waiting for crew. So basically, we ended up having to change over the crew, the flight attendants that were working with us. We had to change them over. The one that was injured had to go, and one other person who opted to leave as well. And we were left with one flight attendant. So we're waiting for two flight attendants. Shout out to Southwest for how quick they dealt with this whole situation. But then we think, okay, great, we're done. Then the pilot says, ladies and gentlemen, every time that pilot came on the speaker, you're like, oh my God, dude, what else? He's like, ladies and gentlemen, he's basically giving us updates. He's like, our landing was a little bit rough. He said we were unbalanced. The weight was off when we landed. So it's federal regulations for them to have an engineer come and check and make sure everything is good. This engineer is not our engineer. This is not our hub. So he's coming from home from Thanksgiving, because this is the Saturday of Thanksgiving. He's like, he's coming from home. He's coming to join us. So it is what it is. They said he's on his way. A little bit. Okay, guys, he's now at the airport, right? I don't know. Okay, first of all, I'm not even saying I don't know. I know the Little Rock Airport is not that big, so I don't know what took him so long to get from he's here at the airport to he's here on site. It was like an hour. But during that hour, oh my God, during that hour, this guy comes up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm like, again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've now been on the tarmac for an hour and 30 minutes. Because of that, federal regulations dictates that we let you guys get out and go and stretch your legs and do whatever you need to do and everything. So by this point, I've developed banter with the lady next to me. I'm busy going, oh my God. So I'm just going, oh my God, can we just leave already? Oh my God, I'm so nervous doing this for the umpteenth time. I just want to be safe. I just want to get home. I just want to be on home ground. So I'm just basically just voicing my fears. And you guys, when I say voicing my fears, I mean like once every 30 minutes, I just say something about, oh my God, I really don't like flying. Or, oh my God, this is like why I don't like flying. But I keep saying that, and I'm like, listen, then I crack kind of joke to say, what is at the Little Rock airport? Like, what kind of food is there? Because that's the only reason why I'd be getting off the flight to go and get food. And everybody's just kind of laughing with me. And some people do get off and just end their flight right there. And then some people, get off. But it's not that many, because the flight attendant made it very clear. The more of you get off, the harder it's going to be for us to, seat everybody down and get everything good to go. Do a final count and everything. So then, the 1 hour later, everybody comes on. Guys, this flight attendants and this pilot, they didn't play. As soon as they were cleared to go, I swear to God, they did the check. First of all, the new flight, the other flight attendants left. We clapped hands for them. The new flight attendants came in. We clapped hands for them. Y'all know I didn't clap hands for nobody. I'm not even participating. Like, I'll clap hands when I've landed safely at home. Okay? So they come in, and then basically they just do their checks. They set themselves on. They do their checks, flight attendant checks. They, make sure that they restock the restraints and everything that was used. And then we're ready to go. Like, we're good to go. And promise to God, everybody just came back in real quick, sat down. We took off. We were gone. We were back home. Okay, so me and my husband, after we get home, we're now talking. We're like, what was going on? Everything. Did you see anything? I'm like, I sort of heard that, she might have, put us all in danger, but I don't really know the details. Guys, I don't want to lie. When they said that this passenger might have put us in danger, I didn't even want to hear the story. I didn't want the details. I didn't want to know how much I'd almost died. But my husband's like, oh yeah, I think she was banging herself on. It was like self-harm. That's what happened. So that's the story. And I was like, okay, cool. We're all good. We're all safe. We're home. We get home. And then I was like, but we're going to make the news, right? Sure enough, as soon as we get home, there's an article. Okay? The article is from CBS News. And it says, see, now I'm telling all my stuff. It says, Southwest airline flight bound from Houston, Texas to Columbus, Ohio was forced to make an emergency landing in Little Rock on Saturday due to a passenger disturbance thing. And me and my husband were just talking and saying, I really hope that they take into consideration that this lady is actually like having a mental health crisis and clearly something's wrong with them. Okay, let's see if I have another. The Washington Examiner does a story on it. Basically, it says, now we get a little bit more detail. Her name is Ellen. Guys, I cannot say this name. She failed to follow, flight attendant's instructions to sit down. She was tackled by a fellow passenger while trying to pull the emergency exit door. So basically, she was trying to open the door, and sure enough, there's a video of her even being escorted out, which means a lot of people videoed it. And she's going to appear in court, and her attorney fortunately has noted that it's a concern over mental health, and she's expected to face charges of assault and interference with the plane crew. I hope does not carry too much of a severe sentence, and I hope that they consider the fact that she was having a mental health case, and this is the confirmation that she was having a mental health case. She said that Jesus told her to open the door. Okay, clear hallucinations. Clear, very, very clear. Religiosity mixed with hallucinations for sure indicates a mental health issue. We didn't realize that she was trying to open a door. If she had successfully opened the door mid-flight, hey, this, you know what? Every time I see something happening with a plane, I'm just like, new fear unlocked. New fear unlocked. Now I'm gonna be scared when people stand up and go to the restrooms when I'm on a flight. Looking at you suspicious, like, don't you find that suspicious? That's gonna be me to everybody who gets up whilst we're on a plane. Anyway, I survived. All is well. I'll be getting on another plane for the holidays again. That's it for my story time, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if you want more story times, guys. Okay, I'm gonna link this candle in the description. It's so good. It's a coffee candle. It's so good. It's helping me keep awake whilst I talk to you guys, because it is late at night. It is not early in the day. It is late at night. But yeah, bye guys.